you know, and I mean, what was it like shooting that sequence?
Well, the funniest thing is that when I supposed to have a gun, I have I have the gun in my waist, okay. And when Doran is, the scene with Doran and me, that we start talking to each other, okay. I walk out, in front, there are bodyguards and people around me, and I walk in and I start, whole dialogue with
who the hell are
Doran.
you? You go, who the hell are you?
Correct. I pull out my gun. I mean, I supposed to pull out my gun and shoot him. And when I go like this, my gun had fallen from my belt, and I didn't feel it falling. Okay, so I said, but I made a mistake that I will never forget. I see all my bodyguards had the guns out, okay, and I instead of grabbing the next guy that I was here, his gun, he would have given it to me. If I would have grabbed the gun, then I would have shot Doran with his gun. But instead, I start running back looking for my gun in the floor, okay? And Chuck said, "God," And after I did, I said, why did I do this? I should have grabbed the guy's, one of the bodyguards' guns, and shot, but I didn't do it. It's in a split of a second. You have to do that kind of stuff. And I thought I did the wrong. I didn't think about it. But so then there. The guy who jumps, okay, they put a spring and then he jumps back, was a double. It was
a double stunt.
It's not because they don't want me to do it, because an actor then gets hurt, then he cannot keep on the scene, So that's why they do that. And but I told after we shot the film one day. Chuck, Charles Russell.
Chuck Russell,
the director. He came. He picked me up to go to do some looping, ADR, and so he picked me up, and as we are driving on what was the name of the Sherman Way, a boulevard called Sherman Way. I said to him, you should do part 2, and my character hasn't died. We don't know if he died or not, because we see that he gets shot, but he could be wounded, So then just use my head. Okay, like put it in some, and then I can be dictating things and be still king of Edge City, but I have no body, just my head. Okay, and he was driving, and he looked at me like this, and he say a word. He went like saying, "What a nut job is that?" Oh boy, and I think it's a good idea. Hey, Chuck,
you can still come back.
Make it happen, man. So anyway, that was a funny thing. But
from Peter Greene as well was a very good bad guy. Very good villain.
I'm sorry.
Peter Greene as well. He was.
He was wonderful. He's a wonderful actor. And the last time I saw him was at a Starbucks, 2-3 years ago. And he was, and my wife was the one who recognized. I was out, and my wife comes and says, "Orestes, who's in there?" I said, "No, Peter Greene." I said, "What?" So we go back in, and and I saw him there, and we talked and the whole thing. But you know, there's another funny story.